Hello, this is Benjamin John Pope, and this is a short talk according to HTML, and I'm going to explain to you why we do certain stuff and why I do what I do. So reading this code, or attributes, or whatever you want to call it, you look down the page and it's a bit, well, confused. But if you then make sure stuff is separate, you know that's the table, because this piece is perfect. And what I do to this part of it to read it better is align it like that. And the reason I do that with that exact alignment is because it is a lot more efficient reading for bugs, and that's something I do. But the more and more you do it, it'll make more sense with alignment, because it doesn't affect the code. But if that table was there, and then I know to look down further, end of table, new table, exact aligned. That's something I do for fun, just to make it easier to read. So I'm also going to talk to you about why you should align in the way you previously learned, and the reason you do alignment in the way that I do it, and the way that you definitely only use one table row. You can add table rows to a table. So I could have this table row, this one here holding the bar, inside of this one. But I don't do that. I use one table and how many columns I need to use, or table depth, TD, in one table row. Because if you align images at 100% or any sort of pixel, you can always make the next 100% as a table row within a table with more than one row, because the top row might stop the bottom row or the row that's inside of the table from working with size, because it's dominant to the top row. So I could do an example of it, but I want you to test it out. But what I said in easy definition is the alignment does not match, because the top row, which does have columns in or whatever, because if you add 50% in the top row with 2 columns and the next row is 100% with only 1 column, the column above it would stop the bottom column or the column row within itself, and it's like a design bug basically. So that is a really small talk about why you should do certain things that you want to do, and at the same time I want to teach you that inside of this head can be meta tags. Why I'm teaching you this now, I have no idea. But meta tags, and you can erase that, so, and I'm sure that's the code to make comments. You should study that and say how to make comments within HTML. That's something you need to do to format and know your code as a professional exchange. So I'm just going to save it again and got rid of that link. I was talking about meta tags at the same time, but I also want to talk about the heading. The head holds the information with SEO, etc, etc. So a meta tag can be description, keywords and stuff like that, but that is within the head tags. That's like dynamic script according to HTML. You could say that HTML is the equivalent that time, but that is what the search engine will definitely read, the meta tags. And I'll teach you them in the future according to the ratio of new tutorials. And what I talked about just then, you need to think about and test within your tables and columns. Thank you for listening.